mom is supplying them milk and pumping the milk to them, they're not suckling at babies because they're just so tiny. If they did get knocked off the teat, then they would just perish after that because they can't reattach. So that's why it's always really important is if you think a female has a baby in her pouch, you don't want to open the pouch because you could knock the baby off of the teat and then it's done. So we have one female in our pasture right now that has a baby in her pouch. I'm assuming the baby is maybe like this big or so right now. So that's exciting. That'll be our first kangaroo baby born on the property. These guys were not born here, they were born on another farm. We brought them in. But as they get older, we're going to add them to the pasture. What kangaroo lifespan, Kevin, is what, like 15 years? I would say it's like in the wild.
In the wild, it's very low, like 5 to 7 because they kill each other. But here, they'll live 15 to 20. Because nothing's going to kill them up. Unless you get really hungry. We had people here from Australia, remember that, they brought us like desserts, and people that live out in the country do not like them, and he really was like, yeah, I've had beer, or kangaroo jerky.
Steaks.
Yeah.
Oh, and jerky, yeah, steaks, and...
So it's like their version of deer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're just everywhere. They're quite the nuisance animal in Australia. So when they, like Kevin was saying, when we had those people visit from Australia and they saw the kangaroos, they're like, ugh. You guys have those here too? How unfortunate. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, long story short, my husband broke his leg. We went into the orthopedist, and we told the story of how he did it, and he goes, "Oh, that one beats out the boxing kangaroo."
Oh.
And we were like,
What happened with the boxing
"What happened with the boxing kangaroo?" And a man came in, he broke both wrists, and there was something else broken, jawbone. And they were like, "We need to know how you did your accident, what happened." He's like, "I'm not telling you, I'm not telling you." And then he's like, "No, it's too embarrassing, I'm not telling you." And of course, he was like, "What happened? We have to know to help you." He's like, "Bye. I got in a fight with a boxing kangaroo and I lost."
Apparently.
Do you like my shirt?
Yeah, an unneutered male kangaroo you don't want to mess with at all. They are can be very aggressive, and they will definitely take down any adult anywhere. It's a child.
Hi there. Can I eat your tail? No. Can I eat your tail? Let me have the tail. Let me have the tail. Let me get it.
So there, let's see. So, step on their feet at least once a day. You can feel their tail, it's really solid. So they have vertebrae that goes, or bone, that goes all the way to the tip of their tail. So they can, like, curl the little tip up. But it is all just solid muscle. So they use it as another leg to walk. So when you see them, they are using it as a leg. Yep. And their little legs, so they have pads on the bottoms of this portion of their foot because they're constantly resting like that, resting on their legs.
Everybody likes my shirt.
Oh, Betty. Their little paws. Ow, that was my arm hair. Just grabbed my arm hair. And I was like, he's a little bit of a nibbler. He will nibble on stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. I know. We're going to get you bottles here in a second. So, yeah, like I said, when we bottle feed them, I'll have you guys hold them. So
I'm gonna go grab bags of
pictures
cheese.
and stuff.
So let's go carry
They are very soft. So the other thing about kangaroos is they can pause their pregnancy. So let's say there was a drought and they had bred, and anywhere during that 33 days during their pregnancy.
Did you just say 33 days?
Yeah. So pregnancy is 33 days. When they birth it, it's the size of a lima bean.
Yeah.
And then it continues in the pouch for another 4 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so technically the pouch isn't the pregnancy, but the baby continues to develop. And so anyway, during that 33 days, before the baby is born, they can pause the pregnancy for days, weeks, months, or even years. And because, let's say, if there's a drought, or they're not physically capable of nursing the baby and birthing it, and they would just die, they just pause the pregnancy. So that way, when they are able to, they can have the baby. And so this is why the kangaroo population in Australia is just insane. So I think there was like 23 million kangaroos for 16 million people in Australia. So they're far outnumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite.
So is it something in their body, a chemical that just says, okay, this needs to stop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically,
Okay.
I don't know what the actual, I mean, there's a name for it.
Okay.
Something diapause. We'll call it diapause. Is the name for it.
You're
Obviously, their body makes some sort of, chemical reaction that causes the pregnancy, where they're like, no, can't sustain life, and so they won't have the baby. The other thing too is, so they have, their theory is quantity, not quality, when it comes to babies. So if they are the females are being chased by a predator, if they have a baby in their pouch, they will grab the baby out of the pouch, toss it to the predator as bait, so they can keep on trucking.
Wow.
Because mom can get pregnant and have babies in 33 days, or she might already have a baby in her second uterus, where she can just go ahead and fire two, baby's born after a couple days after she lost the first one,
Wow.
and then just keep on trucking. So it's definitely no love lost with them, with their babies.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're hungry.
I'll get their bottles started, because they're, especially in the mornings, they're like extra demanding. Yeah.
What do they do with it?
Yeah. Laundry, packed.
What do they do with it?
You can mop the floors.
No, I've done that because the kangaroos can climb on.
It like eliminates all the flies, or just like spray everything in the air. Obviously, with no animals in there.
Now, do they,
Let's do a phone.
they shed?
Let's do a phone.
Yeah, so they don't, they're not like a sheep where they're gonna hold on to their hair. Obviously, it's really short, yeah, so they are gonna jet. But to be honest, I can't recall ever seeing kangaroo hair on me, so it's not like
Yeah.
you can pull it off of them like a dog sometimes.
Do we need to come in there?
No, I gotta bring the chairs out there.
Oh,
They're following the bottles.
yeah. I don't have it yet, but I will. I don't have it yet. Do you have some?
I do.
Can you take some pictures?
Picture?
Come. Everybody say, "Ooh, I want food." Oh, hang on. Come here.
Yeah, and if you want to have your camera ready, I'll take lots of pictures once you guys get the bottles.
Oh, you think I have a bottle? I don't have a bottle.
All right. The main thing is getting them started, just like that, and just hold it up.
Yeah.
Be nice. Be nice.
This one's like, hey.
If you want to use two hands, I'll,
Aww. Look at her. having a hard time.
So hold the bottle up. More.
Oh.
That on your right hand. Like up.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
oh,
The other up.
yeah.
So you don't want their head resting on their back like that, so that's why I say up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just like that.
Gotcha.
And then you also want to have it vertically up. And she's taller, so you're gonna have to hold hers, not his, but yeah, you got different heights there.
You're
gotta
doing
work
very
with.
good with holding yours.
And if you have
Where's your
your
phone?
camera, here, I'll hold this while you grab it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody look at me, smile.
Good stuff.
You work for it.
Wow, he's taking yours fast.
Yeah, the older girls are always gonna do it a little faster. So with his, you can squeeze it just a little bit, just consistently, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it can be challenging because you got two bottles going at the same time, one's drinking slow, one's drinking fast, and you're like, nah.
She did.
So I'm gonna move back in the stall so that way she's not gonna try and steal everybody else's. You can hold this down so it's not stretched up, so. And remember, just vertically straight up. There you go.
I was doing a better job.
Three times a day. The older girls, twice a day. And technically, for nutritionally, the older girls don't need a bottle. It's just we did continue to give them bottles for socialization. So we just do twice a day for them. So that way they're such a non. The longer you can keep a kangaroo on a bottle, the more friendly they're gonna be at the And kangaroo formula is very expensive. And so being able to do bottle encounters is a great experience for you guys, but also offsets the cost to keep them on bottles, to have friendly kangaroos in the future. So it's overall win-win,
Yeah.
but it is costly for their formula.
Yeah.
And that's why most people that have kangaroos don't keep them on bottles more than past 10 months or so,
Yeah.
which is where nutritionally where they would need to be, just because it's not cost effective at all.
Come a little further. You're struggling.
Yep, good.
This one's hanging on.
Literally, like,
There's
so holding is, if you kind of create like a pouch in your arm like this, and then the arm that you're holding him with, hold his tail. So that way you can't squirt. So see how he's down in here like this?
Alright, you're all done.
So, that hand, yep, hold it just like that. There you go.
This one's done. Hi.
I think you're done.
arm that you're holding, so this one right here. This hand, yeah, there you go, so that way they're in that little.
Hold on, wait for the tail, right?
Yeah, I'll, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So that hand, yeah, there you go. Alright, so hold on to it for a second, I'll try to get one picture in there. Yeah, just hold them firm, remember, hold the base of the tail out of them.
Sorry.
You can let it down now if you're getting like a little squirmy.
When they get sleepy after they eat.
Yeah, we'll just more relax and chill.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
That's it. My job is done. I'm taking a nap.
Alright, enjoy. You and Georgie, enjoy your nap.
I wish.
What do you wish?
Yeah, well, it's not this an extra toe, but it's a toe. They use that for scratching and scratching their faces.
All right, I'll be right back with the pizza.
Yeah, so that one's, you have Ruby right there, and she's pretty good about snuggling. Yeah. Yeah, you can just, there we go. Good job, Betty. What do you think, Tom? I think Tom's my favorite out of the babies. Tom, this one here, he's usually the most snuggly-ish. He definitely loves being in his pouch.
He's finished the ball now. He's a little piglet today. No, don't you 40 feet in there? We can put feed. Does that have feed? Let me give him some feed so. Yeah, sweet.
So, Max here, he's not, because we already have an adult unneutered male out in the pasture. And so 2 adult unneutered males would fight and inevitably eliminate each other. And so anyway, we're not gonna keep him long-term. He's gonna go back to the farm that we got the rest
He's
of
all
the babies
in your
from.
space.
However, we're using him for encounters and raising him on a bottle, so that way the breeder has a friendly male kangaroo. Because, number one, it's time consuming, but he couldn't believe that our male kangaroo is as friendly as he is. He's like, well, how did you do that? And I'm like, well, we'll bottle raise them and I'll show you. So we get an extra borrowed kangaroo to enjoy and raise and have fun with. And so he's gonna eventually be
He'll be a stud.
yeah, he is.
Okay, so I know that in the equestrian world, there's like stud fees and things like that. So you can't, the male will impregnate all the females.
Yeah.
Once you produce females for other babies,
Mhm.
you don't want to have the same
Right.
genetics.
Yeah, so but whenever that does, I mean, obviously we have
Yes.
one baby.
Yes.
We have one baby out there right now. So, whenever she gets, or I say she, who knows if that's a male or female. If it's a male, then we'll just neuter him and then put him back out in the pasture. If it's a female, then we'll decide what to do from there. But
Yeah.
we'll definitely keep